Assalamualaikum peminat sukan tanah air. Saya ada sesuatu yang istimewa menerusi YouTube eksklusif Astro Arena ni. Kepada Malaysia, dia merupakan seorang legenda, seorang ikon, juara dunia berganda bekas nombor 1 bersama saya. Dengan segala hormatnya, saya tampilkan Datuk Nicol David. Datuk, how are you?
Good, thank you, Ahmad.
It's been a while.
Yes, it has. It's always been on virtual, so now it's nice to be live in the studio with you.
Yeah, it's an honor. Datuk, the most cliched of questions is, of course, how has retirement treating you?
Well, so as you can see, I'm doing pretty well. I'm just enjoying my retirement life, and it's been 3 years now, so time flies. But all those 3 years have really been put to use by setting up my NGO, which is the Nicol David organization, which I'll share more. But no doubt, it's such a great feeling when you wake up in the morning and have a purpose to do something good for kids or for something else, like someone else, not just for yourself, but something bigger.
Yeah, we'll get to NDO, but I mean, what's the best thing about being retired?
The best thing is really not thinking about training. Like just really getting up and just going, thinking about something else. The high of knowing that when you have your plan for the day, you are doing something good for the kids, and everything I think about is how am I going to make these kids happy and enjoying what I'm going to do for them in their program. But now I just do simple training. I play a bit of squash still. While I'm back in Malaysia, after eating so much, you have to try and find ways to work out and keep fit in some ways.
I mean, that's thinking during your retirement got you to set up the NDO. Can you tell us a little bit about how NDO was born?
Well, when I was about to retire the last year, I was thinking, a part of me feels like it's time to give back to Malaysia and to what Malaysia have given me. And really, it's all about going to the grassroots, giving the next generation opportunity and a chance to have what opportunity I had with my squash that they can use for their own future and their own lives. So the NDO came about really from just that. I want to give back, and I was able to have a friend that plays squash as well from Colombia, and her name is Mariana Rodriguez, and she was also in Colombia at the time I was training there, and I was sharing this vision, this dream of, I want to have a purpose to know that if I done all this squash, I can actually use the experience to pass it on. But how, I'm not so sure. And her experience being in the corporate world for 10 years, she said, you have to do this, make sure you make these plans well, watch out for this, don't do that. And I was like, this is too much stuff. So I need some guidance, I need some help. So just quit your job and come to Malaysia and set up this NGO with me. And she went, yeah, why not? And that's how it began. And the Nicol David organization is really, the objective is to empower girls and boys through sport and education. And our program is called Little Legends. Mariana said that, you have a legend in the house, so you might as well call these little legends the next generation to come. And that's how that program came about. And we offer English tutoring and also squash training. So it's a subsidized after-school program that we are offering to public schools around Bukit Jalil and Sri Petaling. And we have 4 partner schools because our location is set right at the Bukit Jalil Golf and Country Resort. So it's very convenient that they can come by, but most importantly is like giving them a chance to be exposed to squash and have another source of learning through English. Because I know for a fact that with sport, you can gain so much values. And I learned all those values like discipline, positivity, respect, all these really valuable lessons learned from sport. I can channel it through the program, and these kids can take this throughout their lives. So that's why we feel that this program is going to be a holistic growth for these kids, and we want to start them at age 8 years old. And so the entry point will be at Senate 2, and we'll see them through a 5-year program with us because development doesn't happen overnight.
Yep.
It takes time, and it's not like a one-off. You know, I send my kid to this one summer camp or something, and then let's see what happens after. But we are dedicated to give our time and make it work for a 5-year program.
It's literally the kids under your program. They're going to grow up with you for the next 5 years.
Yes.
What's the squash program like? Is it something similar to what you went through when you were younger, when you first picked up squash?
Well, the good thing is, I'm very honored and proud to be the head coach of my program. And I'll be hands-on on the program setup and the modules that we're going to put together throughout the year for the kids. And I will be also coaching these coaches that I will take in, whether it's interns or other aspiring coaches to come on board and work with us. And I will just train them, and they'll be on court with these kids. And it is a new career for me.
Yeah.
I've been in the squash world and played squash for so long, for 20 years in my professional career, but now actually coaching is new. And I really want to just put my heart and soul into what I'm going to offer for these kids.
Yeah, after you hung up your racket, the question about is Nicol David going into coaching is one of the most asked questions. So, what made you finally say that, okay, this is the type of coaching that I want to get into?
I think it's because it's yours. You want to do it your own way. And with this, with the NGO that I have, it's really my chance to just explore this area, because it's going to the grassroots and building, not just working on the top level. It's more going out to the schools, getting those kids in and not waiting for them to want to play sport. And that's why we set no criteria for the entries, because like for these 4 partner schools around, we basically ask them, if you're committed with a little small fee, you can come in and just enjoy the sport and also learn English as well.
Datuk, learning English, how important is that? Because you've been an ambassador for us globally.
Yeah.
You've carried the Malaysian name, and of course, English is the most one of the most used languages in the world. So how important is it for these kids to learn English?
It's crucial to have just having an English proficiency in terms of your life, and it's the universal language that it can carry you further, open opportunities for education, for work, for anything you do. And we always say, like, sport doesn't carry enough weight, it needs education, and we chose English because that is the communicator. That's the way we can actually communicate and send the message out there in any aspect of our life. So that's why the both combined will build these kids holistically as a whole. And we actually have the U.S. Embassy supporting the program. They are sponsoring an English fellow expert from the U.S. to make sure that the modules will be in place. And Mariana will be also leading the English side to make sure all is in order. Okay,
Mariana is a former squash player as well from Colombia. How fun is it to do this project with a dear friend?
Yeah, it's a fun thing, because we now getting to know each other well, and with the squash that we love so much, with that passion, we know it's all about heart, and what we are doing is really truly genuine. I think everything that you see, what we've put together, is all the two of us really coming together, finding ways to get sponsors, finding ways to get the facility right. The smallest little detail, we are doing it together to make sure that these children have the best that they can get. So a lot of blood, sweat and tears, and a lot of heart in the mix.
And I thought you have close to 50 students under the Little Legends program. So in your little heart of hearts, do you hope to find an apprentice of sorts for the future?
Of course, I would love to see how these kids grow up, and I do say kids because it's so much easier. but these children to have a chance to dream big, and I think that's one of our taglines. Little Legends dream big dreams, And if I can really inspire these kids to see that they can be great athletes or great student, we are not going to stop there with our squash program till after they finish primary. After that, we want to hope to guide them to a good sports school. Who knows, they can go and have a good scholarship or a boarding school, and we want to see them further because they will definitely be the babies, our babies or something that, you know, you want to see them mature and grow and hopefully be a squash champion. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows, yeah. Cross fingers. I mean, Datuk, you've been abroad most of your life, making the sacrifice or finally taking the plunge to come back home full time. Was it an easy decision? And what's the feeling like?
It was super easy. It was just plain and simple. Like, if you want something done, you have to do it. And what better way to do it than to start it from Malaysia, right in KL, and where the facilities are at. So we are at Bukit Jalil Golf and Country Resort. Berjaya clubs have been absolutely amazing to be able to have us at that facility with 3 squash courts, and we have built 3 classroom spaces and an office space. So everything is catered for them, and yeah, with these sponsors, corporate sponsors coming through, we have like 8 corporate sponsors, and the government also backing me as well. It's really a nice feeling to know that everybody is there to see this come to life, and having the launch recently by Their Majesty, the King and Queen, to give that support from the nation. You know, it's just like a real blessing, definitely.
I mean, it all sounds very wholesome, Datuk. I mean, of course, it's no secret that you've had fantastic support from your family growing up. Would that wholesome part of your upbringing be shared with your students under the Little Legends program?
Yeah, I believe that my parents gave me all those guidance and the support, and they never pressured me to do great in my school or in my sport. They just wanted me to just have fun, have a good time. But at the same time, from playing squash, I got so much learnings in how to be good in time management, how to be more focused and disciplined when I studied. And I was a better student there. And I think when you give the chance to, like my sisters and myself, my parents gave that chance to us to grow and develop ourselves, we feel the sense of like we are capable of doing it ourselves, and we will do it 100%. And that's what we're gonna give that exposure on the environment in the program, where it's safe, where they feel like nothing is, you know, there's no negativity in terms of like, no, you can't do this, or you can't do that. Just grow, and we just expose them to everything possible and let them have a good time.
Yeah, talking about parents, Datuk, is it hard to get a buy-in from them to convince that this could be a career path for their children?
They were actually very supportive. I felt that, you know, now I'm literally talking to them almost every day, like speaking to the parents on how the program is coming together, how we want to manage the, you know, them having food and after the lessons. And so we will have, actually our lessons are going to be 2 English and squash twice a week. 1 hour of squash, 1 hour English, and then we will have a meal after that. So all these things we have to like explain to the parents, have like the virtual meetings, and it's been great how they've responded, and they don't seem to, after the launch, they just are fully like 100% committed to putting their kid through this program, and they see the value that comes with it.
Yeah, I would be buying into it. I would be committed as well if I had a squash legend taking care of my children and their future as well. So Datuk, to all Malaysians, who's very happy to have you back here, to the ones who's been supporting your career all this while and looking forward to the next chapter of your career. Anything you want to add? Anything you want to say? It's exciting times. I put it.
Yeah, I just want to say, like, to all of my Malaysian fans and to everybody that have supported me at all levels, thank you so much for believing in me and and giving me that confidence to know that I can do this for our future generations. And I'm gonna just put my heart and soul into making sure that these kids firstly have fun and that they are happy in the program. If I can just see them, even after 5 years, if they are still smiling, I'm the happiest.
Now I have to ask you one more question. Datuk. I mean, you've been carrying a lot of burden when you played for the country. I mean, the pressure itself, but you started out, like you said, having fun.
Yes.
How do you transfer, I mean, how did you deal with that, and how do you transfer that feeling to your Little Legends students for their career in the future?
I think if you come forward just genuine, and I think these children will feel it, and there's no other purpose in what I'm doing. It's really just wanting them to enjoy it, and then see, they will then discover when they want to push their own self. So we give the encouragement, but at the end of the day, they decide whether they want to take that next step. And that was me when I was a kid. I wanted to take that next step to be better and to go and push those boundaries further. And with my parents' support, that made it happen. But now, hopefully, with our team support from NDO, we can give that to these children for those who may not even think that they were capable of doing something in sport or in their education.
Carrying the hopes of 32 million people over your shoulders, was it? Did you feel that pressure, Datuk?
Obviously, obviously there was a lot of pressure. I had a lot of good expertise around me. My team was amazing. My coach Liz was absolutely awesome. And also I had my sports psychologist, and everyone around me were just in the right frame of mind, and they were always a good environment to be in, and I never felt that I was threatened in any way, because I knew I was just pushing further with the right positive mindset. But with the Malaysian support was always something that drove me to do better. It was not so much the pressure. Of course, I put my own pressure on myself. Malaysia was there. I had to turn it around in my own mind, knowing that Malaysia is just there for me, and the expectations is just my own. So I was just there doing what I do best, and if I do well, it's a bonus. If I don't, I just have to keep trying and work harder the next time.
Thank you for sharing that, Datuk. I don't think so in your playing career you would admit that you were under a lot of pressure.
Of course I was.
Datuk, I mean, the camera is yours. I mean, Malaysians are anticipating, excited for Little Legends. I mean, any last words for us Malaysians on your Little Legends program, and of course the NDO?
Well, the Nicol David organization with the Little Legends program is really catered to just take this next journey of these children to something so much bigger. This opportunity, that one opportunity that you can give to a child could change their lives, which what squash has done to me. It changed my life forever.